Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now, your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, episode 165. Hi, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers. Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode. You are listening to Friday Fundamentals. Well, hey, if you haven't yet, please go over and leave a rating and review on whichever platform you're listening on. Let's jump right into this week's Friday Fundamental: social capital. People are an interactive species. We build communities, groups, and nations. We identify with causes, organizations, teams, and professions. We are social creatures. We rely on each other for almost everything. This network can best be summarized with the term social capital. Social capital are the networks of relationships among people who live and work in a particular society, enabling that society to function effectively. That definition comes from Merriam-Webster, but today we're going to break down what I mean by social capital in the world of real estate investing. In almost anything we do, we need the help of other people. From work to family and everything in between, almost everything is a team sport. You need help and support from other people, and likewise, other people need help and support from you. The same is especially true with real estate investing. When investing in real estate, whether that's single-family homes, multifamily apartments, fix and flipping, wholesaling, etc., you need the power of a team. Rarely can you be successful going at it alone. The problem is everyone is so busy. It's not that people don't want to help you, they just often don't have the time to. So, what is one who needs help to do? The solution might be a bit counterintuitive. In order to receive, you must first give. What does this mean exactly? Well, it's pretty simple, just like it sounds. You have to provide value to other people. Go above and beyond to help others out. This is what I like to call social capital. If you can consistently provide value to others, then when you need something, they will be more likely to give back to you. It's a give before you take structure and rings true for almost any situation. The formula goes something like this: give plus give plus give plus give equals ask. You have to give multiple times before you can make a request. You should have so much social capital in the bank that anytime you need something, you can be sure that whatever or whoever it is you need will recognize the value you have provided and be willing to reciprocate that value in return. Here are just a few ways you can provide value to someone. Find good deals and bring them to someone who can act on them. Successful real estate investors are busy. Finding good deals is perhaps the hardest part of the real estate equation, especially in today's market. If you can find a good deal and share it with someone who values it, then you are doing that person a great favor. You might do this with no expectation of return on that deal, or very little, perhaps a finder's fee, a small equity split, or just to tag along and learn the process of due diligence, raising capital, closing the deal, operating, and executing the business plan, which in my opinion is more valuable than any small amount of money. If you can find deals, then you can find friends and partners. Next, find capital. Like deals, capital is another part of the real estate equation. If you have a network of people who are interested and qualified to invest in real estate, then perhaps you can introduce them to a real estate investor. By sharing these connections and building those relationships, you are providing value to both parties. There are people who make a living out of raising capital for investors and are very good at it. David Thompson, who will be on an upcoming episode, is a good example of someone who is doing just this. And 3, sweat equity. Sweat equity is a term for trading work in exchange for, well, equity. If you are just starting out, your sweat may not be worth any equity just yet though. You could find someone who is doing what it is you want, like syndicating large apartment deals, and offer to help them. You could help analyze properties, shop competitors, prepare presentations, etc. If you can help by providing some sweat equity, you can realize value just from the information and knowledge you'll acquire alone. If you don't understand the concept of social capital, you might find yourself fighting an uphill battle. You can't expect everyone to help you out in exchange for nothing. If you aren't being proactive in providing value, then what makes you think someone is willing to take the time to provide value to you? You have to build up your social capital by providing value to others. This can be a long and tedious process and may seem like you aren't gaining anything, but trust me, you are. By consistently providing value to others, you are building up that social capital bank, and it will eventually pay dividends. Think of someone like Tony Robbins or Robert Kiyosaki. If they called on someone for a favor, I'm sure they would have no problem enlisting the help or advice of that someone. This is because they have both provided so much value to millions of people over their lifetimes. They have social capital. So ask yourself, what are you doing to help other people? Find ways where you can provide value. You might find that you have something unique that you can provide that offers value to others. Do this, and soon enough, you'll realize that all that value you have provided has built lifelong connections and been returned to you tenfold. Well, that wraps up this week's episode of Friday Fundamentals. Hey, I hope you're getting value from these short shows along with our weekly guest interviews. If so, please go over and leave a rating and review on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening to this. And let me know when you do. I'd love to give you a shout out and send you a cool, unique gift. As always, for more information, resources, and to connect with me, you can visit www.jacobayers.com. Till next week, engineer the lifestyle you want.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.